Kai, here is one of your runs on a pretty crowded trail with some loose snow around, but you did a great job. Let's check it out.
Turns, all right? Time misuse to turn.
All right. Good job, buddy. Negotiating those people. That was pretty good. Nice way to get right through those guys. All right. So our goal this year is to really learn how to roll those skis up on edge and talk about like trying to carve some turns, right? Right now you can see you kind of chuck them a little sideways, but that's okay. It'll take some time, right? But we're going to try to roll them up to a higher edge angle like we've been talking about, standing on the outside or downhill ski. So that, just so you know the terminology, when you're turning to the right here, we want all that weight on your left ski. All right, that is your downhill or outside ski. It's outside of the turn. All right, so we want all of our weight on the outside ski. And we call it downhill sometimes because you can see it's more downhill, right, from your inside leg there, which would be your right leg. So outside ski or downhill, where we want that weight. We're going to try to narrow the stance a little bit and keep it consistent. Sometimes it gets pretty wide. So we're trying to narrow it a little bit. We really want to work on getting those hands out in front and keep them up there. We want elbows in front of the body. You got to pretend like you're holding a big cafeteria tray of food, right? And that's, right now, we'll talk about pole planting, but I'm more concerned about just having those hands out in front than necessarily pole planting. But while we're on the topic, the pole plant should be at the end of the turn. So you just finished a turn, right? This is where you should be taking your downhill hand, right now your left hand, and they should already be up here, both of them. So just with your wrist to quickly touch in the snow and pull it out, just touch it, and keeping the hands out in front. So it should be right now. And the pole plant should be somewhere, closer to the tip of your ski, your downhill tip of the ski. And what you do is you come through, you start a turn, and then you try to pole plant. You can see right there. And it's, way behind you. But we don't pole plant at the beginning of the turn nor at the middle of the turn like that. We pole plant at the end of the turn. Right now should be your right hand, your downhill hand, should be pole planting out near the tip of your downhill ski or your right ski. And you come around and start the turn and then kind of stab the pole in the middle of the turn. All right, but more importantly, we got to keep those like a ready position, hands and elbows out in front like that one. Your right arm, that looks pretty good right there. The whole time out in front. while we're talking about poles, we got to start using our pole straps, but we'll work on that next time. But we got to put our pole straps on every time. So over the course of this year, we're hoping to not kind of throw them sideways like this with flat skis, but roll the skis up on edge, stand on that outside ski, and keep a consistent width about right there. That's the kind of width we want between our feet, and it should never change. But yours kind of changes a lot. Now that was a good turn, right? Look at that one. That one, you rolled them up a little bit on an edge, stood on the outside ski, it looks like. And the skis, well, you kind of skid at the end of it, but the skis will turn. If you roll them up on edge, stand on the outside ski, looks like you got a little edge there, bounced around a little bit, kind of on the inside foot, but eventually you got to the outside, it was rolled up. It's got a bumpy there. And look at that. It's carved around. There we go. Now we got them rolled up. That's what we want to see. Let's check you out from the side. What I like about this is we got some what we call ankle flexion, which is good. All right, so you actually are, kind of bending that ankle in the front of the boot. That's a great job. You definitely want to do that. Again, good ankle flexion there. All right, so good skiing, Kai. Again, let's sort of narrow the stance a little bit, like, just sort of comfortable under you, hip width, like in that picture I showed you, and maintain that. Let's keep our hands out in front, really elbows in front of the body. We're going to pole plant the end of the turn, and we're going to keep trying to roll up those skis a little bit on edge and stand on that outside or downhill ski.